Hi lovelies and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see from the title of today's video, we're going to be reacting to Fake Love by BTS, which I am honestly so excited for. I've heard such great things about this one, so I can't wait to get into this video and see what this one's all about. But before we do, if you guys are new to the channel, then welcome and thank you for joining. Make sure you're clicking that subscribe button down below to stay up to date with what I post on this channel. And while you're at it, why not leave a little like on this video as well? It really does help me to see what you're enjoying watching so I can keep making more videos like this. But with all that being said, I'm just super excited to get into this one, so let's do it! I am honestly super excited for this one. I just am wondering what sort of vibe we're going to be getting. I have no idea. Let's see. Ooh. Oh my gosh, are you joking with these shots? Whoa. Oh my gosh. That hit hard straight away. Like, wow. The amount of truth in everything they were just saying there is absolutely unbelievable. Like I was saying, you know, the solo shots of them all were gorgeous, but then coming through with these lyrics, wow, how like hard-hitting and impactful and powerful is that? Almost like saying for you, I was able to hide that more, what they, I would assume was like more of like a flawed side, you know, where they said like I could be strong for you, I could hide those weaknesses, I could hide those things that I really didn't want to show because I didn't want to lay all of that on you, and I could pretend to be happy when I maybe wasn't feeling at my best, and then them just saying like I wish all of my weaknesses could be hidden. Like I wish that I didn't have to even almost like feel all of these feelings and feel the way that I feel. I just wish like everything could just stop and it just be almost like me and you without all of the flaws, without all of the things that I deem in myself as almost like insecurities and things that are weighing me down and holding me back. But that line, like, I wish love was perfect. But that's the thing, isn't it? Like, us as individuals, as human beings, like, we are not perfect. We are going to have those things and those sides to us that are more so flawed. We are going to have those things that maybe make us question things at times. And we are going to have those parts of us that we see and we view upon ourselves as maybe, you know, more negative sides. But ultimately, that is just what makes us who we are, is that we are not perfect. Like, we have our moments, we make our mistakes. And it's almost that thing of saying like love is the exact same way. Like love in a sense isn't perfect. It never can be perfect. Like there's always going to be those things within, whether that's a relationship, whether that's, you know, a friendship in terms of love, there's always going to be those things within that bond that are going to be imperfect, that aren't going to match necessarily the expectations of what love is. But ultimately, all that matters is the two people in that moment. And as long as, you know, you've got each other, I think that is just the thing, isn't it? Like, that is what it is when it comes to love. Like, you accepting and you really seeing that person for who they are and accepting them for all of their flaws and all of the things that make them them. And it's almost like in this song, they're saying, even though I have that love and even though I try to hide, you know, all of those things from you, those feelings of, you know, maybe not being strong or not being happy, it's like ultimately that is sort of weighing you down and also weighing the relationship down, because you're not being your true self, you're not being able to showcase who you are necessarily correctly in that relationship, and maybe that is what's causing a little bit of more of a negative impact on that sort of bond. Which I think the way in which BTS write music, for me, I've said this before as well, it's almost like just listening to the song, like if you were just listening to the song, you wouldn't really think it too much, like you wouldn't really deep it too much. But the more that you go in depth with the lyrics, the more complex you really see the emotions are within what they write. And I think that is just such a unique thing when it comes to music. Like, their music is some of the only music where I feel like they're telling so many different stories in one. Like, they have so many different emotions and so many different things all rolled into one moment and one video and one song. And it really is just so incredible how they're able to relay that so greatly in everything they write. Choreo is beautiful. Wow. Oh, I love the switch up. Wow. Oh wow, RM. I love that little just for you. Ooh. I changed everything about myself just for you, but who are you? Oh my, that literally just hit my soul. Wow, that is phenomenal. Like, the way in turn now, it's almost as if they're saying, like, I feel like I put everything into this. Like, I had to change myself, I had to change who I was, I had to really dig down deep and hide everything about myself just to try and please you. But at the end of the day, I'm looking back and reflecting through everything now, and I'm wondering, like, who actually are you? Like, who are you? Oh my gosh. Like, there's so many ways you can interpret that as well. Like, who is this person that I am supposed to love? Like, I don't recognize you, but also, like, who are you to be making me have to change everything about myself just for me to try and receive that love, you know, and just to try and make you see me for me? Like, why should I have to be complacent in my own feelings and having to disregard everything about myself just to try and make you happy? Because ultimately it's just leading to this fake love. It's like this love is built on basically lies in a sense, because I can't be truthful in who I am because I'm trying to please you, and you necessarily wouldn't be happy with the person that I truly am. So this whole thing is just literally fake love. Like, we're just trying to match one another in the fact of you're trying to make me somebody I'm not, and I'm trying to be somebody I'm not to try and please you. It is honestly the message. Oh my gosh, this song is so beautiful. I was loving as well the way that they were isolating on that just for you. Like, I thought that was so beautiful because it is just that hidden impact of I changed everything just for you. I had to, you know, really come to terms with trying to be somebody I wasn't just for you. Like, hitting hard on that one line, it literally is just saying, like, why should everything be down to you? Like, why should I have to mold myself into somebody I'm not just for you? Like, I gave the world just for you. And the way that they said, like, I want to be a good man just for you, like, almost as if that person is making them feel inadequate in who they are. Like, they're making you feel inadequate as a man because you're feeling like you can't truly show yourself, like your full self, to that person. And that is, you know, it is quite almost like demeaning in a sense, isn't it? Like, the way that they were saying, you know, I have to hide all my emotions and hide the fact that I'm not always strong. I think that for me, even just thinking of that, like, that would break my heart if I knew that I was causing that impact on somebody and them not being able to express their true emotions, because I think that showing your true emotions is what makes you a strong person. It is what makes you, you know, grounded within yourself, and it is just a natural expression of who you are. And I think for them to say, like, I couldn't even show you my emotion, I couldn't show you who I was, and still, even though I was hiding all of that, that still wasn't good enough for you, and I still felt like I wasn't good enough for you. That just breaks my heart. Like, that is so, so sad to think about. Line. Wow. Oh my heart's actually gonna, like, this one's making me really emotional. And I think it's just the thought of, like, having to completely change yourself as a person for somebody else to the point of you're looking in the mirror, reflecting at yourself, and just, like, asking yourself, who am I? Like, this person has made me change so much and molded me into somebody that I'm not, to the point that I can't even, like, see my own reflection and know who I am. Like that whole thought process is absolutely heartbreaking. And them just saying, you know, I'm talking to myself, sort of like in the mirror, looking at myself and asking myself, who actually am I? And that person having such an impact and such like a depth on having such like an impact on you to the point of you were questioning who they were because you felt like you couldn't recognize them, and now you're turning that back on yourself because you can't even recognize who you are, because that person, almost their influence has really just completely made you do a 360 in who you are as a person, to the point of like they've made you not even be able to recognize yourself. That is absolutely heartbreaking. Wow. This song is actually so beautiful. Like, it's absolutely stunning. The vocals as well are really, really beautiful. And I'm loving all of the choreography as well. Like, the choreography through the transitions of everything that's going on are just absolutely beautiful. The way as well that we've had like the black and white theme, like the light and the dark, the good and the bad, I feel like that really is just playing a part in this one. It really is just showcasing like that duality within love, within relationships. Like sometimes you don't always see the dark within the light or the light within the dark. Like it sometimes is difficult to accept that darkness because you want to believe and trust in that person and have that faith, you know, in that person. But ultimately it's coming to terms with realizing that the way that you were treated and the way that you were made to feel like you needed to change just isn't right. And I think that coming through even in just the colouring and the colour tones of this video is phenomenal. Not to mention, I love that moment where we had that room. It was like a really desolate room and it had almost like what looked like fun fair moments, like little carnival themed things that were just all like isolated in this room, you know? And I feel like that really is just playing a part as well in saying that, you know, almost like that person was playing with your emotions, like they were playing a game in a sense with your emotions. And now you're just sort of left isolated on your own in sort of like that dark space because that person has really just played like a whole game with your emotions to the point of where you're now just literally left with your own thoughts. Like that, the imagery in everything in this video is absolutely beautiful. Wow, that choreo part there, like the mirroring. All these shots just being so isolated, you know? See, oh, I love that line. I grew a flower that can't be bloomed in a dream that can't come true. Like, I tried to really build on this relationship. I tried to grow the both of us into this beautiful outcome of a foundation that I feel like I've put everything into. But how can we bloom together in this light if neither of us are able to be our true selves, if neither of us, you know, are able to put our full selves into this, or if one of us is trying to make us be something that we're not? Like, it's just never gonna come to fruition. It's never gonna come to light. And ultimately, even though I had this vision for who we could be, it's just not able to come true because this love, in a sense, is just built on something that just isn't real, you know? It's not built on who we actually are. And I think that is just so sad to think about, you know? Being stuck in that sort of relationship or that love, in a sense, where it's just not reciprocated in the same way and it's not felt the same way because one side of that relationship just isn't able to accept you for who you are, like fully as yourself. It's just absolutely heartbreaking. And that line, just, I grew a flower but it just can't bloom. Like, I tried building us up but I can't do it alone. Like, I can't be the only person who's trying because it's just not gonna work. It's just not gonna happen. Absolutely beautiful shot. Oh my, oh my god, this one's really like impacted me hard, guys, today. I love you so bad, but it's just making me like, this love is making me so mad because I don't understand. Like, I'm so frustrated in trying to figure out why I can't make this work. Like, I can't understand why this love just isn't coming across in the same way. Like, it's just frustrating me to the point where like I just don't understand it. I don't get it. Like, I just wish, like you were saying in Iran, you know, I just wish love was perfect because in this moment I just feel so frustrated because I don't understand how to make this work. But that line, mold a pretty lie for you, try to erase myself and make me your doll. I literally built myself up on a lie, basically, for you. Like, I just had to forget myself, forget who I was, and I completely built myself up on this lie just to please you, only for you to still just not be happy. Like, and you still just try and dictate everything I do and try and play with me like this toy. But ultimately, I've given up everything. Like they were saying in Iran, like I gave up my world just for you. Like, I've given up who I am. I've given up the most like beautiful thing that you can have in knowing yourself, just for you to turn back around and still just want to play with these emotions, still just want to try and make me and mold me and shape me into somebody I'm just not. This song is just absolutely beautiful. Like, this could genuinely be one of my favorite BTS songs yet, and I think this one's gonna stick with me. I don't know what it is, but the lyrics are just so impactful and just so beautiful that it's hitting so different. The world just falling down around you. Wow. My gosh. Even I gave up on myself. Like, at this point, I feel like everybody else has given up on me, so I feel like I might as well just give up on myself. Like, the one person that I really thought I had such like this love for, if they can't even sort of try to understand me, if they can't even try to love me in the same way I love them, then I might as well just give up on myself. Like, that lyric, wow, RM, absolutely unbelievable. And I think as well, like throughout this song, it's just coming to that realization that like that person coming to the realization of this just isn't right. This is just not real. It's just not true, is it? It's just like they were saying, like fake love. But I think it's just in this moment, everything coming together, and it's almost like it's building up to realizing like everything that this was just based on nothing really. Like, it was all just fake. It's just, again, it's just so heartbreaking. It really is. I can't get over how beautiful, but also just so heartbreaking these lyrics are. Ooh, those vocals, wow. So beautiful, so beautiful. But also, I just feel like that lyric though, where he was like saying, you know, you're saying that I've changed, like you're telling me that I've changed, but ultimately that was what you wanted. Like, I am only the outcome of what you said you wanted. You know, you kept on telling me that you wanted me to change. You kept on trying to mold me and shape me into somebody that I wasn't. And now you're basically coming back around and saying to me, well, you've changed. Well, I've changed because you constantly were telling me, you know, that you were wanting me to change. Like I was just trying to be the person that you said you wanted. And now for you to come back around and tell me that you've changed, well, yes, I've changed because that was what you were sort of saying that you wanted all along. And now that I have changed, you're saying you're not happy with that. So it's like, how do you ultimately please somebody and make somebody happy when whatever you do, it's just wrong? Like, no matter which way you turn, no matter which way you try and resolve the situation, if the person is always constantly unhappy with you, no matter which side of yourself you show them, then how are you supposed to continue on that love? How are you supposed to continue on that path and that journey? It's just actually, it's just so deep, this song. It really is, you know? I just really appreciate with this one as well. It's just so authentically true to the emotion. It's got so much meaning and so much feeling really just put into every single lyric. You can just hear it like seeping through this whole song, just like the genuine, pure emotions. I really appreciate and admire that. And I think that it's songs like that that I really find more of a connection to because it is just the truth at heart of how like those feelings are all bubbling over. And I think just having that through this song and just lyrics in general, it really is just so beautiful, and I really am just loving this song so much. Absolutely stunning, can I just say? Oh wow, that is so beautiful. Actually, oh my gosh, my heart. That is just so beautiful. You know, that sand just slipping through your fingers. It's almost like now that you're slowly letting go and coming to terms with everything and just letting go of all of that negativity, that person, you know, you're able to slowly but surely over time feel that freedom, you know? Like those petals almost in the shadows there, like all floating, you know? It's just almost like as you're letting go of all of that weight and all of that just negativity that's been holding you down, you're then like able to find yourself again. Like you're able to come back to having that freedom and being able to express who you are. And I think that just coming through, even just the imagery of that, it's just absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. I'm sorry, can we take a minute for the videography? Can we take a minute for the imagery and just the visuals? Can we take a minute just to appreciate everything that that was? Because that was absolutely unbelievable. Like the way that we had, first of all, Jungkook with like all of that waterfall imagery and like almost like that door opening, you know, almost just lead that pathway to leading you into that light. But then having all of that imagery with the water that just came like flooding in, and then that fire. Oh my, those shots were so incredibly amazing. Like the thought and the just the detail that's gone into that is absolutely unbelievable. The transitions as well. I just have to say the videography on this one has been absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. I just really love how we've had that play off of the water and the fire, you know, those two things that, you know, the fire is almost like extinguished by that water. But it's just the way they've utilized that for this song in particular, of almost like that feeling of, you know, that fire and that love almost like coming to this boiling point, to the point of where you're now having to just let it all go and you're having to just like wash over all of that love and that passion and that feeling. because ultimately, if you don't let go of that fire, if you don't let go of what you felt and those feelings, you're just going to be stuck in this cycle of just never being enough. And I think that coming through with just the imagery and just the whole aspect there was just gorgeous. That's, see, that shot is gorgeous. The choreo as well is phenomenal. That saved me. Like, just save me from this, save me from this world that I've stepped into in this love. Like, I wanna escape this, you know? I feel like I just am stuck and I can't get out. Oh my gosh. I will just say as well, like I was saying with the fire and the water, it's almost like that is just showing the two sides of that relationship, of that love. Like on the one side, you have that person who's enjoying playing with fire. You know, you have that person who is really just trying to fire you up in the wrong way. Like they're trying to almost in a sense like gaslight you into believing like this whole thing is all on you. Like the reason this isn't working is all on you because you need to change. You need to be the one to make this better. And it's almost like that water is, you know, the other side of that relationship and the one who's trying to really calm down that fire, calm down all of that negative energy, you know, has always just been flowing through on that tide, you know, trying to give their all, do their best, put everything into it. But it's like ultimately those two worlds colliding, it's just gonna see that relationship fizzle out because water and fire combined, you know, the fire's gonna die out, the fire's gonna ultimately cease to exist. And I feel like this song is just sort of like overcoming everything, overcoming the emotions, overcoming that love, overcoming that feeling of not being good enough. And just ultimately, hopefully, at the end of everything, coming away from that and realizing that you deserve better and you deserve more. And I think that is just such a beautiful message. I will just say as well, the background imagery is just amazing. You know, the hands on the wall, you know, almost like that person trying to escape what's going on, but ultimately somebody is just trying to stop you. It's just so incredible, the imagery in this one, it really is. That is just heartbreaking. It's like going around in circles even in that choreo there, you know? Oh, that ending image there, it's like, you know, they were constantly stuck, you know, stuck in this cycle, stuck in this moment of constantly going back and forth and being halted and being stopped from leaving, you know, stopped from letting go of that love because that person, even though they didn't really feel the same way and they kept trying to change you, they wanted that control. They wanted to be able to keep you in this moment, in this love, in this relationship. But ultimately the end there, you know, that other person letting go and then being able to be free almost like at the end there. I feel like that symbolism was just absolutely stunning. I loved that so much, like everything flowing through in this song, like the imagery with everything going on in the scenery, in the backing, the imagery through the lyrics, the imagery through even just the movements that every single one of these guys were, you know, showcasing. It just absolutely hit so hard. And I think this song in particular is just one of the most incredible things I've seen from BTS. I think that it's almost like I feel like this song was just so artistic in the way that it was showcasing the story and the truth and the authenticity of everything. And I just really appreciated the message of this one in saying that, you know, nobody should be making you feel as if you have to change. Nobody should be making you feel as if you aren't good enough or that you should have to hide yourself, you know, to be loved. Like, that is just absolutely unbelievable to think about. Like, letting yourself be stuck in that cycle of being made to feel like you aren't good enough, because every single person is good enough in their own light. Like, they are who they are, and you can't change somebody. You can't try to change somebody, because if you do, it's just not going to end well. Like, it's not going to end in that perfect love, you know, like how they were saying, trying to bloom this flower, but ultimately you just know that dream's not going to come to reality, because you can't have that dream of love if you aren't willing to, or if you won't accept each other for who you both are, you know? This song really did just take me on such a beautiful journey, but through just such heartbreak. Like, I feel like this song really is just one of the most beautiful, heartbreaking songs that I've heard from BTS. It was absolutely amazing. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching along this video with me. If you did, like I said, make sure you click on that subscribe button down below to stay up to date with what I post on this channel. And while you're at it, why not leave a little like on this video as well? It really does help me to see what you're enjoying watching, so I can keep making more videos like this. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope that you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video.